Warning, this video is going to be different than my typical chill review because it's going to start off in vehicle mode and then I'm going to switch over to robot mode without showing the transformation and show the transformation at the end. I think I should just get the vehicle mode out of the way first.
T-Man 978 Chill Review.
But anywho, this is Magic Square's Light of Freedom. This is their first Masterpiece scale type figure. Here's the packaging, la-di-la-di-da-di. They don't show all the accessories right here, and in the instructions they don't even show you how to apply the accessories. So yeah, there you go. That's something y'all need to think about for your next release. Speaking of accessories, he comes with two side view mirrors that aren't attached. I'll show them off later. This collector's card, which is like credit card quality, maybe not as thick. And here are some stats and tech specs. He comes with two battle damage windows, which I'm going to just show you some pictures right now because they are a hassle to affix. I will complain right now that the ones that are in his chest don't stay in there very well. They don't peg in well. So if you push on them, they will go inside his chest a little bit and you'll have to fix it. He also comes with these battle damage side waist pieces that you need to somehow pry this out and then apply these. This is his stab wound from the movie and that. And of course, like I said, I'll show y'all pictures with that. He has this alternate helmet design right there, which doesn't have the baseball cap brim right there. I'm not gonna apply this either because why? I remember him mostly looking like this and not that, but that's the only other difference between this helmet and that is it has these lines on it right here. This one doesn't have those lines. He has this Energon axe. You need to separate it like this. Come on, you. Slide that up. Open his fingers, keep his thumb like that. Groove it in like you would do any gun weapon on a Masterpiece figure. And then you take this and slide it over the hand. Make sure the fingers are shut or that's going to give you hell. The axe is not all that big. It looks pretty puny and tiny. Maybe it looked like that in the cartoon and I just don't remember, but yeah, it looks very small compared to what we normally get with the Masterpiece Optimus. The last accessory is this ion cannon right there. Looks good. It's cool. It's not very heavy or anything. No like transparent piece to simulate like a laser lens or anything. Put it in the hand just like you would do any other Masterpiece. Make sure the fingers are bent or else it will bump into that. Wrap that around and now he is capable of wielding it. Pow, 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 pow. Okay, like I said, we're starting in vehicle mode. This thing rules well. You don't have to worry about that. It looks like a G1 Optimus with the stripes. It's not cartoon accurate because the cartoon didn't have stripes. And I believe the front of the cab kind of leaned back a little bit. But it pretty much looks like an updated MP10. So here you are with this. You see the wheels on the back are different from the wheels in the front, or the what is this thing called? You know what I mean. The hubcap type part right there is different. These doors open at the top, nothing inside, nobody can fit in there. And if you want to open this up, you have to have the door out of the way. So we got that. There is a little fake seat in there, but yeah. I don't know if you can really do anything with that too major. I guess if this was real, this whole thing would be the door. But yeah, it has these 4 slots right there that I don't know if they're going to make their own trailer or what, but they do not fit the MP10 trailer, unfortunately. MP10 trailer looks like that. It's too long to fit into either one of these slots and it wouldn't be level. I don't know. Let's see. It's really close, but no. I mean, you could put it here to figure it out and have it level, but putting it up here, it will not be level anywhere. More important comparison is this. MP10 is taller at the top. As you can see right there, there are slight differences. This is more accurate to the G1 toy. Those stripes right there. Side view mirrors, which, yeah, I gotta put those on. The reds are slightly different. Here are the backs. This one is more colorful. That's transparent plastic. That's transparent blue. So that's what you're working with there. You plug the side view mirrors in like this. Alright. And I have tried it. Oop, wrong place. I have tried it, and you are capable of putting in the side view mirrors. I think I'm going to do a separate how to transform this. So I'll show both modes and I'll show that off. But there you are with this and vehicle mode. It's nice. I can't complain with it too much. It stays together. Stays together better than this Jeep. But yeah, can't complain. All four wheels roll. The tires are rubber, or something that feels like rubber. And yeah, it is what it is. Here's the bottom. Matrix is visible. But the matrix is visible with this dude too. Robot mode. This looks very good. If you ever played Transformers Devastation, this is what that body model looked like. It was big, beefy, thick thighs. The crotch plate looked like one piece, which this originally was going to be, but they changed their mind because I guess people were complaining. I was one of those people. But the way he's articulated, I'll show you that. It doesn't even really matter if it was one piece or not. But anyhow, it looks like what it's supposed to look like. I'll just tell you that right now. And I wouldn't mind this being my Optimus if I had no other choice. So if you want to go the cheap route and not wait for MP44, this is a good option. Is it a perfect option? No, it has some things that I don't like about it, but the overall design aesthetic when he's just standing here, really, it looks like Optimus. It's not really painted. I don't think it's painted, but this gray parts right here, I don't know if they are painted, but it is transferring like red onto here. And I did see some blue, yes, blue right here. And look at the back of his legs design. That looks like it could be the front of the legs. So that's cool. But that looks like this. Anywho, yeah, so I don't know what's up with that. But I have no problem with the way he's colored. This is what he should look like. He does have paint because this is lighter blue. That's lighter blue right there. Right there. Of course, the chrome is painted. The foot, this is lighter. If you have those lights, you'll see more in vehicle mode. That right there. So, and they put silver right here. They didn't need to do that because he didn't have that in the cartoon, but it does let you know where the joint should be. So it's sort of like they put fake ratchet joints, even though they didn't have to. Besides to just give you a visual cue to where the elbow should have been. There are no like real visible screws and whatnot. So that's cool. Wherever their screws are, they're in the inside where you won't have to look too much. And oh yeah, this is painted down there. And here, screws are in there, unlike MP10, which I'll compare them with later. But let's get into the articulation. Head can look up and down. The neck is a lighter color gray than anything, so maybe this is paint. It rotates right there. These are a little bit too loose for my liking, to be honest. The shoulders do a lot. They can pull out and give him even more range to come bring his arm in front of him for holding guns and whatnot. This panel right here, the red panel, can go back, but you'll start bumping into this, so watch out for that. They can go all the way out to the side, come down like that and whatnot, and of course rotate. Bicep swivel is tight. He swivels down here, and he does have an elbow joint there and like I said, a secondary elbow right here, which looks like that. The wrist rotates. The fingers are on two joints, one right here and one at the base right there. The fingers are crazy stupid, at least on this copy right here, and that is frustrating. Ball joint right there and a thumb, and the thumb can go up and down on that knuckle. So the hands would be good if these fingers weren't loose. No, yeah, I do not like that mushroom peg being visible right there. If it was more recessed, I wouldn't have a problem, but it's like just right there out in the open. Ab joint, you can rotate there, and it has a series of 2 hinges right there. Well, 3, 1, 2, and 3. So you can do a ton with this ab crunch, but just know that it's gonna look ugly like that. So this is why I said if he didn't have this, if this was one piece crotch skirt, because of this ab crunch, it wouldn't have even made a difference. But let's get into the legs. I don't like this side skirt design because it pushes his butt out to the side. There is no reason, because you don't need to have a special joint like this for transformation. I would have rather a normal system where this was on its own separate hinge, that was on its own separate hinge, and this could pull back instead of this right here and this. And although they did all this, let's just bring this up. This right here hinders the leg articulation, so he can't really kick higher than that. So unless you bring it out to the side, and then he can come up further, so that he can go all the way out, swivel right there. And I guess this is why they went with that crazy ab joint besides transformation, so that it can accommodate for the fact that if you go straight out, it does do this. But this bends right there, brings out a piston. There's a design that's nice and tight, but don't be too fooled, because the knees aren't super. They aren't like on Hydra levels, but the knees aren't all that super tight, but they're good. Down here, before I forget, he does have this ankle pivot that's nuts. This toe, all of this front part and the back part is on a double hinge system right there, so you can get it down, you can bend that down, and you can bend up right here. But he does have a dedicated ankle rocker. Make sure that this is clearing the front, and the foot can rock forward, so you can get various different poses, making that foot do what it needs to do. I almost forgot one of his gimmicks. Well, these windshield wipers can move a little bit, but I don't think they're supposed to. Open this up, and he does have the matrix chamber right there. This is one other complaint I have. I don't like visibly seeing that matrix right there. If you watch our podcast, the Figure Action Podcast, which I'll also link in this video, the last episode, Joe got this figure as well, and he put some type of like transparent tape behind that so that you don't see it, and it looks way better to me, to be honest. But the matrix is capable of coming out. Here's what you're working with. There is transparent yellow in there. I don't know why they did that. I guess just to give it more detail. But the matrix looks like this. The orb is the same size on both sides. It is transparent, and it's made out of die cast from what I can tell. I tried rotating this because it becomes the front of the grill, a bumper, and pushing it in there, but you can't shut this. And to show you, this is how this works right there. You push these out and put the other windows in. That should be self-explanatory. It's difficult because there is a specific shape from what I could tell, and maybe it's universal. You could do either side you want. This side seems to be for this window. That's what I was able to do. Overall, though, this is an awesome figure. It does feel light. I forgot to go into that. This is my second time filming this review, so yeah. Only main issues are the way the crotch skirt works and the way the ab crunch looks, even though the ab crunch is awesome. And my main gripe, the fingers being loose. I mean, all the copies may not have loose fingers, but this one has loose fingers, so that hinders my joy with the figure. But outside of those few little things, this is an awesome Optimus. It's awesome. I'll give it to him. Here's this shot right here. And he and Megatron are pretty much shoulder to shoulder, and the head are pretty much, they're the like exact same height, depending on how you have Megatron's neck and whatnot. Hydra is probably friggin' 3 times as heavy. Design wise, he kind of reminds me a lot of this dude, to be honest, with especially the way the ab crunch works and how some of the other joints work. It reminds me a lot of this. So these are 2 good Transformers Devastation toys right there. Just because this is this Power to Prime Optimus. Here he is next to MP10, but this is the Hasbro reissue version, or the Asia reissue version of the Toys R Us exclusive. It came in the same packaging, and I think it even has the Toys R Us exclusive sticker on it. But as you can see, proportions are different. This one is way more cartoon accurate than this one tried to be. You see they covered the wheels right here, but not all the way. And they went with a stylized, toy accurate, and cartoon mix, sort of like they did with MP01, but this one was way more cartoon proportionate, but he still had long gorilla arms and whatnot. Well, yeah. This is what you're working with when you're deciding on which one of these you want. Like I said, more visible screws and whatnot. And both of these are leaning. But here you are with this. Alrighty then. Transformation. I'm only going to show one hand because it's not too necessary. Move the thumb like this, put it like that. Bend all the knuckles in the middle and put the hand into this orientation right there. Alright, same thing over there. Over here, we can just open this up, put these antennae back, and you may have to readjust them as you push it in. If they bump a little bit, make sure you don't bend or crease them. Put his head in there and shut it, and we don't have to worry about that no more. You can grab this right here. It's better if you have friggin' fingernails, which I cut all mine off so y'all don't talk about me. Take that and leave it like that. We can go ahead and elongate this. And before we forget, rotate that around. Now this stuff right here is a little tiny taste complicated, but we need to start pulling this out of here, which is once again better if you have fingernails or some type of spudger. With that like that, we can go ahead and bend the elbow a little bit so that we can get this more out of the way and pull this out without popping this off the little tiny ball joint it's on. Once that's out, pull this panel out as well, and we can go ahead and align the door like this now. While we still have things like this, push this panel up, fold it. It will be better if the elbow is bent. Pull that up, fold that in, bring it down like that. But now this, like, the elbow needs to be into this orientation. Make sure that that's flat still, and bring the hand in like this. Make sure none of the fingers are in the way. Now we kind of need to rotate this like this, bring this peg right there into there, and it was the other way, but now we need to bring that peg there. Bend this upper elbow joint, and the second peg needs to go into the, I don't even know what part of the body to call that. I guess that would be the upper elbow or lower bicep, or I don't know, but everything needs to be into that position right there. For the people following at home, same stuff over here. Get that out of the way so you can bring this back, bring that down, bring this panel out, and put this door into place right there. This panel is weird. It will not come out unless this elbow is bent like that. We need to bring that up, bring that down. But like I said, we need to shut it again and push it out of the way. Get the hand up in there, rotate it this way, and start plugging this stuff in there while you're bending the upper elbow joint and putting it like that. So now we're good to go there. Up in here, we need to open this chest panel right there. Let's stretch these out to get them out of the way further. Start pulling this out, bring that forward, bring this part around, which is the bumper. Now with this out of the way, we can start swinging these panels out, or these parts out. And then we can rotate them like this. Start rotating this like out to here now, or before that. Let's rotate this down. Now we can start rotating this. I say rotate it out like that because if it gets near these windows, it will block the clearances. Rotate this one on this side, same deal. Start rotating this forward. Make sure you clear the windows. Now we can start pushing it all the way up and getting the pegs that are on the back of the grill will need to be into these holes right there. So get that into place, line that up, and then there are pegs down here that needs to go behind this front bumper piece. So line that up as well. Once we got everything pegged in, and it's fighting me because things rotate, this rotates, but we have that good to go. Now we can shut this. Make everything flush. And now we can start rotating this G1 style. Put all that into place. Have everything together and just shove it and force it into place. And you should be good to go, and it shouldn't move around. But it's relatively simple right there. It doesn't really peg into anything, it just stays with friction, which some people may not like. Smokestacks, I believe they should be lowered. I push from right here. Make sure they're like at the lowest level, and then we can pull these out. Now this one's loose over here on mine, so whatever. Now this right here needs to groove into the two cutouts right there. So we need to rotate this, maybe point that down so I can go in there. And then basically we're done with the top right there and need to move on to the legs. Get these panels outward so we can spread the legs and work on them independently. Let's start on this side. Open this panel. And now we open that panel like that, and we can bring this out like this. The legs need to hinge back like this. The knee kind of like sits right there. Once we get clearance for the wheels right here, we need to pull them out, start rotating them up. And as we rotate them up, we can start unfolding this stuff right here, these panels right there. Get around this. Every time I do this, sometimes I can clear that no problem, but this time I had a problem. But basically we need that out like that. Now with the feet, actually before anything else, this panel right here needs to rotate like that. There are double hinges on the front and rear of the foot. Double hinge that in and double hinge this like that. Now we need to collapse this leg inside of the outer shell. There is a peg right there that goes into a little cutout. Put that like that, and we can wrap this in like this, shut it, and then there's a little tiny peg right there that goes into that slot. Peg that in and bring that down. I'm gonna save shutting this together so that I'll have room to work on this leg right here. Open this panel, open that up, get this out of the way. Go ahead and start bending this into such a way that the wheels are coming out or got clearance. Pull this out. There's a little sliding mechanism right here. Now we can start rotating it until we get clearance for this. As you can see, I did that better this time. Unfold all that. Before we forget, rotate this around. Put the feet in like that and the top of the foot like that. Shut this on top of this. Bring this into position. Fold this like this. Fold it in like that. And we need to shut this right here and shut that. Now we can peg the legs together and just tab this onto there and that onto there. Very simple. It's done. It rolls right here, as you can see. So now you know you're done. But like I was saying in the whole review, this vehicle mode is good. It's decent. I like it. The robot mode, it's not a perfect action figure, but it does look just like Optimus, and it has minimal things for me to complain about except design aesthetics here or there, or like things like those crotch flaps, the way they work and whatnot. I don't like. You heard all the complaints. So thank y'all for watching this. Thank you again, Matt, the bot supplier, for supplying this for me to review. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. And double hinge this like that.
Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click that shit.